And I wish for all of you the very best.
Thank you so much, sir, for sharing and enriching us with your wonderful words and also giving us your valuable time. Now, for further proceedings, will be taken over by Mr. Nalin Chandra. Nalin, sir, over to you now.
Yes, good afternoon. Thank you, Namrata ma'am. And thank you once again, Dr. Anthony Joseph.
Thank you.
I am pleased to introduce our next speaker, Dr. Shruti Narayan. Dr. Shruti Narayan is an assistant professor, Department of Psychology, Patna Women's College. She has presented research papers at national and international seminars and conferences and has published 2 books and several articles in research journals. She has also offered training programs to teaching and non-teaching staffs of several colleges, schools, and other organizations. Today, she is going to share with us on how to enhance mental health during and post-COVID-19 pandemic. So we welcome Dr. Shruti Narayan.
Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you.
First of all, I'll like to wish all of you a very warm good afternoon. And Father Anthony, I'm very thankful to you and much gratitude to you for giving me this opportunity. I was also listening to my co-panelist Anthony, sir. Greetings from me, sir. And I was just mesmerized by the way you spoke. And many of the things that you have covered is something which will help definitely help the participants in enhancing their mental health. Right from that, your all the suggestions that you made. So basically, I'll start with what is mental health. So mental health is a state of psychological well-being and emotional well-being. Now, what is that? Is in simple terms, if we understand, it is feeling capable and competent, having a great zest for living. Now, what is zest for living means having that enthusiasm that yes, I am alive. Then we being able to bounce back from adversity, which is most demanded but it is just that the problem should be of the other person. So we always are great counselors. We act so wise as wise men when we are talking to other people, when we are handling their problem. So it would be great enough, good enough, if we do that with our own problems. So this is what I feel. So this session or this webinar or similar webinars which focus on mental health has just this aim in mind, that you need to enhance your ability to overcome that problem and come out of it. So this requires only 2 things. One is the attitudinal change and the other is the behavioral change. So attitudinal change, because that comes from basically what can I change in my thinking? Now, what can I change in my thinking? How am I going to modify my thinking so that I can be very focused about it, be very clear with what I want. And behavioral strategies include what can I change in my, what am I doing, means what behavioral change is what I need. See, most of us it is very important, and most of us must be starting our day with tea. Now we say, I heard this somewhere, see, whatever I'm saying, it is just an outcome of good reading, nothing else, not mine. So somewhere I read that tea means tea is a very important part of the day. And why? Because T stands for thoughts, E stands for emotions and A stands for actions. So when we begin our day with T, so imagine just you can just if I can say that it is very easy for you to understand that whatever our thoughts are in the morning, that thoughts becomes our emotions. That is the way we start feeling, and how our emotions take up, that becomes our actions. So we behave accordingly. So undoubtedly, let us have a positive tea, not green, not anything else, but a positive tea in the morning. Let us begin with our thought, and then our emotions will be there, and of course, our actions will be affected by it. There have been a lot of stories, there was a person, attitudinal changes, I will say, how we carry ourselves. Now, for example, there is a very popular story. There is an old lady in a street of New York who was passing by with her handfuls of bags, and she had enough time. Sometimes, we have enough time for a good laugh or a time pass, no matter what the other person is feeling. It was an afternoon, and she saw some of the laborers working in a building, and they were breaking the stones. It was a hot, sunny afternoon. So what she did was she went to one of the laborers. She asked him, "What are you doing?" Then he answered, "Can't you see what am I doing?" A very natural response. हम लोगों से भी कोई कहता है तो हम लोग भी वैसे ही react करते हैं, दिखाई नहीं दे रहा. So she just smiled, and she was in a mood to have a good time, and she passed on. There was yet another building on the same lane which was being made. The hot afternoon, everything was same, the situation was same, and there was yet the laborers breaking stones. And she again went to one of them. She had enough time that day, let me tell you. She went there and asked him, "What are you doing?" Then he said, "Oh, me, I'm trying to make the tallest building. I'm giving my contribution in making the tallest building." So that is the difference of the attitude both laborers had. Both are doing the same work, both are under the same situation, both are under the same stress, both are doing the same physical labor. Everything is same, but their attitudes are different. So with the difference in attitude, we can bring a difference in a whole lot of things. Many times we get questions, what should we do? Should we follow our passion or should we follow our profession? So please believe me, passion plus profession becomes magic. It creates magic. So this COVID-19 has brought up unprecedented challenges which we have never witnessed before, which we have never thought of before, and it has brought up unprecedented challenges to us, and definitely it is new to all of us, and we all are together fighting this pandemic. But at the same time, now it is our attitude and our belief system that how will we take this challenge, right? Means, should we take it as a challenge and should we take it as an opportunity? It is a very common saying. You must be thinking that maybe it's easier said than done, that how can we convert? Yes, how can we convert this challenge of COVID-19 to the opportunity that we have? Now, there are many ways. Actually, one is awareness. You need to be aware of the things, of what is going around. I'm not talking about just the COVID news. I'm saying that we need to be aware of the things, our strength, our insight. Sir has been focusing on how is your self-esteem so important. Of course, how is our self-esteem important in this era? Because thereafter only we can think of getting over it. It is easy to give up. We have a number of case studies. There was one time when Sachin Tendulkar was asked, "What are you going to do?" He had a duck. Then he said, "Main khelega." Duck, you understand, must be, I'm very low in cricket and sports and everything. Then he said, "Ki main khelega," and he played for decades, and he's the most, he started off very young, and he's the most celebrated cricketer. Celebrated because of his core strength, because of his determination, because of his success story that we have. but in one day we cannot be successful. Now, starting with short goals, starting with small goals is very important. It is very difficult. Our whole routine has changed. I'm also, sir has very nicely mentioned that I have been taking many training programs. We see the audience, we see their expressions, we see their age group, we see everything, and then we start accordingly. But here I don't know whether what I am speaking is making sense, whether who are my audience. Are they teacher educators, are they assistant professors, are they senior members, are they students? I don't know. But at the same times, I know that I will be making out some sense of the things. Why? Because I have prepared for it. Because I have been learning. Making books my best friends is very important of all the things that you go through. We have been in a learning process, and Mark Twain has said that learning is what? Learning is what you have forgotten, everything which has been taught to you in school. So that learning we all carry. It is not that if we have got 90% of marks or 95% of marks, we are very well settled in our careers. Maybe. And just remember, there was a time people now say that we don't have control on the situation, and we feel so lonely. There is a theory of psychology. Anthony sir must be knowing. Eric Fromm, there's a very famous he was a neo-Freudian actually. Freud is a very popular concept. So he was a very popular neo-Freudian. His book came in 1940, Escape from Freedom. So Escape from Freedom, what he actually meant was people, we were so inquisitive. We were so eager to be free from all responsibility, from all relationships, from people which we don't like. We wanted to do things which we want, which we think is right. So all these things were there. So so everybody wanted that. And there came a time then they got that freedom. And they found that they are all alone in this quest. So they became more lonely, they became more depressed. So now the freedom they desired so much, they wanted to escape from that freedom. Now similar, this is a story. Now this is not a story actually. This is a reality of, you can just check on Google, Eric Fromm in 1940. This was the situation. And there also he wrote, in the modern times. So every new time is a modern time. Every thing that we are doing, can we ever think of giving a training program or giving a lecture on the web? In the last 10 years, it has started and it has boomed like anything. Now this COVID-19, that challenge has also become like an opportunity. You will see many pessimists also all around. Pessimists, not because of the thing, means there was a meeting, there was a group of people who were called pessimists, and then someone told them, one of the pessimists told him that people call us pessimists and I feel very bad. What about all of you? They said, yes, we too feel bad. We are just apprehensive about the future. Then they said, let us meet on Sunday noon, 12 o'clock, and we shall find out ways that how can we turn from pessimists to optimists. Then everybody agreed. And Sunday, 12 noon, no one turned up. Can you guess why? Just because each one of them thought कि कोई नहीं आएगा, और कोई नहीं आएगा तो कोई नहीं आया, because they were pessimists. It's now you need to decide it from within that what do you want to change. That is what I'm talking about, attitudinal change. You need to decide for yourself whether you want to change or not. So I again find many pessimists during these webinars कि कितने लोग को फायदा हो रहा होगा, कोई सुनता नहीं है, क्या चीजें हो रही हैं, कितना सारा वेबिनार हो रहा है. But जितना भी हो रहा है, how many are you attending and how many are you listening to carefully? Now learning, we are teachers, right? And we teach in the same class, one student tops and the other student fails. We taught the same things. It is the student who works hard and who gets through the good things, right? So there was a husband and wife, they moved to a new flat, and they brought a house actually, and they got it. There was neighborhood and all around. When they saw they shifted to that new house, and when they saw the backyard of their neighborhood, they saw their very dirty clothes being put after being washed. They called the broker immediately, and then they said that, where have you got us to? In which locality? This is not our standard. Where have you caught us with such bad neighborhood that they are putting dirty clothes, and what type of people they must be? And then he said that, give me one more week, I'll get you another house, or plus the contracts and everything has been done. So it's better you will be in office and everything. So please excuse me for that. But I had the best locality that I have given it to you. Both husband and wife, they were sitting on the dining hall and looking out to the backyard of the house, and then criticizing and criticizing and criticizing their neighborhood, that, oh my God, what bad people they are. One day, just a week later, Sunday, they have called for some laborers to clean the windows and everything. One of the laborers, when they were sitting right on their dining table chairs, and then one of the laborers threw and washed the glass window they were looking through to their neighborhood. What happened just? They saw that it was not their clothes which were dirty, it was their window glass which was dirty. So before making judgments, let us first clean our glasses ourselves. The world is not dirty. The world is full of good people, we say. If you cannot find one, be one. And definitely, if I feel that I am lucky enough, I feel I am not lucky enough to get so many good people. There's a sharp increase. I am into research on adolescents and youth. There's a sharp increase. Not only this adolescents and youth, there are people who are, very much depressed these days. They complain about emptiness, hollowness, loneliness. Most of the counseling, we have a counseling and guidance center at Patna Women's College where I am posted. So we get students telling that I feel so lonely. I live with my family. I live with my friends, but still there are so many people around, but I am still very lonely. What is the reason? One of the reasons may be that our society is fast developing in education, science and technology, amenities, facilities, etc. We are living in an era where we have emails, a 24-hour social networking through internet, digital phones, etc. And so that we can be connected. Yet we live in a time where human beings have never been so less connected. Now meet individuals of any age, group and any profession, and you will find a garden variety of problems, ranging from readily apparent emotional disorders like anxiety, addiction. These days, more likely we have gadget addiction or internet addiction as well, depression, and so on, to high levels of stress, loneliness, and more dangerously, feelings of emptiness. Now, relationships these days are harder, and there is a very clear-cut reason. These relationships are harder now because conversations have become text. We keep on texting our friends. We cannot hold on for 2 minutes and call a friend, but we'll be keeping busy ourselves also, the other person also, for 1 hour or so. So without so conversations now have become texting, arguments have become phone calls, and feelings have become status updates. So we often hear that I'm very sad today. Oh, why? What happened? Please uplift your mood. And it is all open. So we have become like, I feel that people today have acquired a very fragile identity over the periods. We have said, as if we have lost the sight of things that matter most to us. Like happiness has thus become a myth, and being fake is the new lifestyle. Being fake, why am I saying this? Because we show up something else and we are feeling something else. We'll have many people who are on social networking sites and they will be like, I have 600 Facebook friends, but I have no one to talk to. I have 600 Facebook friends and I have no one to talk to. Isn't this a contrary statement? When we are actually so engaged, we were actually social. Now, COVID, why am I saying this? That COVID-19 is a blessing in disguise to most of us, not to the poor laborers. Now, mental health we are talking about. I'll get back to this point. Mental health. Now, we have been seeing all around the country that the laborers has started walking, right? Started walking from for 1200 or 1400 kilometers to reach their place. This gives us two things. You know what? First is that is it the physical strength that they have? Is it just the physical strength that can give you an ability to walk for 1200 or 1400 miles, and that to carrying your stuff on yourself? Or is it the mental strength or mental hardiness that they have, that no matter what, yes, I can go and I'll do this? बचपन में हम लोग एक स्टोरी सुनते थे. There was a bird who has laid egg near the sea, you know. So one day the sea was not in a was having a free time, and what he thought of was to trouble the bird, the little bird. And then what he did, he took he took her eggs and kept it with himself. She was very much bothered, very perplexed. Then he laughed. Then he said that, "Are you looking for your eggs?" Then she said, "Have you taken it?" Then she said, "Yes. If you are capable enough, you can take it back from me." No, and then she said, "You better give my eggs back to me, otherwise I'll drink the whole sea." And he laughed and laughed and laughed. That how can this little bird drink the whole sea? And then she started. After some time, the sea got afraid. And this is, of course, a kalpanik katha hai, but the problem with the message is clear, that this is your state of mind. You can do whatever you wish to. If we see the laborers, we are well applauding the girl, Jyoti, I suppose her name is. We are well applauding her that she carried her on the bicycle. She came to Darbhanga with her father. And let me, please believe me, that it is not only physical strength, it is the mental strength that you carry, and that can help you to cross anything that you want. So I'll give you another example, that during this COVID-19 era, we had many people saying कि अगर हम chicken नहीं खाए एक हफ्ते में, तो एक दिन भी अगर हम बिना चिकन के नहीं रह सकते हैं. Please, I apologize to the vegetarians who are listening, but there are people. Yes, so they said that there were people who said कि बिना पिज्जा के हम नहीं रह सकते. There were students who told us कि हम अगर मैम 2 दिन अपने घर में रह जाएं तो हम पागल हो जाएंगे. तो कोई पागल नहीं हुआ. बहुत सारी चीजें हैं. You are living with those family members. You are living without chicken. Having heard this कि bird flu आ गया, you can live without Domino's pizza. And we have all conquered this thing that we can do without all such things which is there. So this is just a small example. Now, where comes the problem? The problem is that we assume many things. You know, we set expectations for others. We don't expect things from ourselves. We have set expectations from others. Why do we feel lonely? Just because others are not coming up to our expectations. I listen to many good gurus, you know, Sadhguru being my favorite the last 2-3 years. Sister Shivani is there. Means any guru. I have this tendency to learn. When each one of has this tendency to learn from anybody, then you can be a very good learner. These webinars, how many webinars or certificates you carry does not matter, but the learning does matter. So he told a story that means our mind is blocked as if we see a jam, right? You must have, not these days. Now, thankfully, we have moved from lockdown to the unlock period. So when we are in a jam situation, you just remember. So what do? We get irritated. We are late. It is not the situation which is making us late, but we are late, and we blow horns so hard people will be shouting, kya hai, hatao, ye karo, kuch nahi to horn bajao. All these things we have been doing. And there's a third person, who is standing at the window of a house. Is removed from be like that third person when we have an argument, when we accuse people around us, our families, our friends, anybody, that we means you are at fault, not we. So be there as the third person, like the one who is standing at the window and seeing where the jam is. Am I 100% correct? Maybe. Is the other person 100% wrong? It may not be. We are in a high, means we are having that human tendency, that to accuse. We expect more from others and less from us. There's an attribution theory in psychology. Anthony sir must be agreeing with me. I hope that there's attribution theory. We always give positive causes to our own behavior and negative causes to others' behavior. Like if we are late in a class, we'll be saying that, oh my God, I was stuck in such a bad traffic jam. Or maybe if students are there, they'll say, my father got me late, my mother got me late. If others, we are late in the office, that's a big thing we say. That's a very common thing that we say, that we are stuck in a jam. But later, when we ask to see the other person, see other colleague of ours, see other student of ours, and when we are asked that why are you late, why is he late, if we ask the other person, ma'am, he is a habitual latecomer. He always comes late. Why? When you were late, there was a traffic jam. When he is late, he is a habitual latecomer. So we do like that. There are many judgments of ours. We are burdened with so many expectations from others. Like Sadhguru also says, that be involved in a thing. There's a very good theory of the Gita. Sri Krishna talks about detachment, and many of us have taken it in a wrong way. So we need to be involved in everything we do. Now, how to overcome this expectation from others is a very big question. So we get involved with others, right? We don't get involved, actually. We get entangled with others. If I have done something good for you, I don't have any expectations for you. You ought to be good to me, but I don't have any expectations from you. So the moment we do something good to the other, in return, although we do not say that, we have a lot of expectations which has naturally built up in ourselves, right? So the solution is be involved with the things. Remember, in childhood, we were playing Ludos and all. Maybe some people have started in this COVID era also. So we were playing Ludo. We were so involved. We were so praying every time that God gives us 6. And when the other was about to play, we used to play कि एक आए उसको या उसका नहीं आए या जो भी हो. So Ludo जब खेलते थे, बड़ी लड़ाइयाँ भी होती थी. और हो सकता है कितने लोगों ने तो लूडो को भी फाड़ दिया हो, and they must have torn it into pieces due to anger, क्योंकि the other person is cheating, right? And that was our involvement in the session. I mean, that was our involvement in the game, And after we played Ludo, we were hungry. After we had a fight, but when we sat back to eat together, we were laughing कि आज हरा दिए तुमको, आज जीत गए तुमसे, आज क्या हुआ, अच्छा अगर हम हार गए हैं तो तुम हमको कल देखना. Now this is exactly involvement. We are not entangled with the thing which is there. But what happens when we are with people? We get very much entangled कि अच्छा ये मेरे साथ ऐसे नहीं किया, हम इसके साथ ऐसे करेंगे, क्यों करेंगे? So there was a highway, and there was a man who used to run dhaba there, So people, and he had very good food, and we all know that our Indian dhabas and the highway dhabas are serving very tasty food actually. So the man was very friendly himself, and people used to come and asked him कि क्या करना है, आप बताइए या हंसी मजाक करेंगे वो. So one of the times, a group of youngsters came. We were joining in the other that highway was connecting actually two cities. So they were going to join the other city which was there. So they asked the person that Baba, आगे वाले शहर के लोग कैसे हैं? Then he asked him कि तुम जिस शहर से आए हो वहां के लोग कैसे थे? Then he said बहुत बेकार थे, एकदम क्रिटिक थे, हर चीज में आपकी गलती निकालना, हर चीज में आपको पीछे खींचना, और एकदम मतलब जो होता है ना कि आई फील वेरी हैप्पी कि मेरा ट्रांसफर यहाँ हो गया, इसीलिए हम इस नए सिटी में ज्वाइन कर रहे हैं. देन ही सेड कि आई एम सो सॉरी जेंटलमैन, जहां आप नई जगह ज्वाइन कर रहे हैं वहां के भी लोग ऐसे ही हैं. देन ही सेड कि ओ तब तो कोई फायदा नहीं है, लेकिन चलिए चल के देखते हैं. One other day, some other day, a group of youngsters again came and they were going to join the other city. Then they asked him कि बाबा कैसे हैं वहाँ के लोग? Then he asked him कि वहाँ जहाँ से आए हैं वहाँ के लोग कैसे थे? Then he said कि वहाँ के लोग, oh my God, I miss so much. मेरा ट्रांसफर नहीं होता तो हम इस शहर में नहीं आते. इतने अच्छे थे, इतने हेल्पफुल थे, हमेशा आपको चीयर करते थे, गलतियां हो जाती थी तो समझाते थे, और जो भी हो एक फैमिली जैसा माहौल बना हुआ था. तो पता नहीं इस शहर में जाएंगे तो वैसे लोग मिलेंगे कि नहीं. देन ही सेड नो जेंटलमैन, यू आर वेरी लकी. आप जिस शहर में जा रहे हैं वहां के लोग भी ऐसे ही हैं. व्हाट डज दैट मीन? Moral of the story is the law of psychology that we follow. We perceive things not as they are, but as we are. Because if I find problem, if I want to see the good in anybody, I'll see the good. If I see the bad in them, I'll excuse it. I'll not overlook it. I'll excuse it because no one is perfect. And then thereafter, I'll also behave that way. Now, that is one indicator of mental health. You know, you are not dependent. If people feel so lonely, so depressed. I was very deeply saddened by the fact that one of the adolescents, I'm doing my research on adolescents. So, and that is suicidal ideation is also there, depression, loneliness is also there, and the whole family structure. I'm all dealing with culture and everything. So I heard a news a few days back that a boy haven't got many likes on his TikTok, so he committed suicide. Now, is life that easy? Now, every time I feel like we have grown up and we never had this thought. We were scolded by our parents, we were scolded by our teachers, me a lot more. But I had never had this thought that I can end up with this life of mine. Because those values were generated. Now people are so busy, maybe families, we need to work. All of us are working, but still there is a we time. We have been talking before the COVID, me time. That we need to have a me time. We have a bucket list. Of course, we need to have a me time. Now with the COVID-19 outbreak, I think most of us have realized that we need to have a we time as well. We have left many things to be taken up later. We used to have a very long bucket list to be fulfilled. We have taken many things for granted. We have taken many things for our pent-up emotions and desires and everything. So we need to reflect actually, you know, what are the things we really want. So we time is like sitting with family and friends, sitting now emotionally involved. Can we ever think? I have been like a very big fan of Ramayana because in our childhood, in 92, I remember the cable TV was there. So I used to come back, and before that even in Doordarshan Ramayana every Sunday 9 o'clock. Can we ever think without this COVID outbreak that we can resume to Ramayana? Forget Ramayana. Can we resume to Doordarshan? We must never have thought. Even I am a big fan of Ramayana. I would never have gone. And that to Doordarshan. I have my colleagues who say कि पहले दिन जब रामायण देखने बैठे तो मेरी बेटी ने कहा कि कितना पुअर प्रिंट है इसका. Then she said कि हम लोग के समय ऐसे ही प्रिंट आता था ना, because we are used to the HD screens. But the whole family is of enhancing to mental health, is to read good books, read spiritual books. They will definitely teach you. In Gita, everybody, each of us had this quick short temper. Now, how to get over that quick short temper? I have been frequently asked by many people. So, quick short temper again, when you want to get out of something, it is going wrong. Secondly, when you can be angry, I'm giving this thing, I'm not making any mistakes or something. You have all the right to be angry, but there are 5 conditions. For the right reason, to the right degree, at the right time, in the right way. If you want me to repeat, I can repeat now. With the right person, meaning if I'm angry and hurt by someone, one person, I'm taking it on the other person, taking it out on the other person. We always do that on the weaker person, we think, or we always take granted before people who we know that they will be means taking our anger, and we can say a sorry later to them and apologize that I was in a bad mood. Don't do that. Of course, when you are angry on your boss, please do not vent your anger there. Anger has a substitute: discussion. If you are disagreeing with some points, you can discuss. You do, but in the right way. That is very important. We start our emotions and we have our baggages with that, so that is not taken. So with the right person, please be direct your anger to the person who has who is actually responsible. You can discuss with the at the right time. Sometimes even as kids, remember, at the right time. कई बार हम लोग को पार्टी में डांट पड़ जाता था तो हम लोग को बहुत ज्यादा बुरा लग जाता था. क्यों बुरा लग जाता था? क्योंकि पार्टी में सबके सामने डांटा तो गलत नहीं किया, सबके सामने डांटा ये गलत किया. तो ये अभी भी वही है. वी आर द सेम. कि अगर if you have to say something to me, you can tell me directly. See that it is the right time, right? So we can discuss. And if I find that what you are telling me is an insult rather than a advice, right way, चीजें उठाकर इधर से उधर फेंक दिया because I'm very angry. No, this is not the way. So you can have a discussion. There's always a discussion which can be going on to the right degree. अब गलती इतनी सी है ना, इतनी सी is also very a subjective term, I know. When you have blown it out of proportion, you are carrying it for days and months and many times, means many more times. So that is again one of the thing. And in the right way. So in the right way, raising up your voice and shouting at the top of voice will never get you through. Even Gita says, Bhagavad Gita says, no, krodhat bhavati sammoha, sammohat smriti प्रणश्यति. कहने का मतलब कि क्रोध में सम्मोहन की स्थिति हो जाती है. सम्मोहन, यू अंडरस्टैंड, डिल्यूजन इज अ फॉल्स अनशेकेबल बिलीफ. सो क्रोध में सम्मोहन की स्थिति हो जाती है. And when you are having a false unshakable belief, and what is the false unshakable belief that we have? I'm always right. That may be. Okay, so क्रोध में सम्मोहन की स्थिति हो जाती है. क्रोधात भवति सम्मोह, सम्मोहात स्मृति विभ्रम. तो जब सम्मोहन की स्थिति हो जाती है तो आपकी स्मृति, द मेमोरी starts cooking up facts. स्मृति विभ्रमस्ते बुद्धि नाश. जब मेमोरी ही आपकी डिस्टॉर्टेड हो जाती है तो आपका इंटेलेक्ट भी डिस्टॉर्ट हो जाता है. एंड व्हेन यू लूज योर इंटेलेक्ट, द पर्सन इज ऑफ नो यूज. मनुष्य प्रणश्यति. So that is exactly what, when we see, if we read Bible, I like the line I have read, that is concealed will not be revealed. That says in Hinduism and all other religions also. So nothing that is concealed will not be revealed. We keep proving our point. हम सच बोल रहे हैं. अगर आप सच बोल रहे हैं, it will have, truth will be there. Means truth does not mean सत्य को प्रत्यक्ष होने की मतलब प्रत्यक्ष होना ही है. सत्य अपने आप प्रत्यक्ष हो जाता है. तो this is exactly fears and everything is there. When I was a kid, and I live in an apartment, and I live on a 7th floor, and I was in at that time, and because so someone wrote कि 5 तल्ला पर भूत है. As a kid, I was very much afraid. Or I used to, and I had this strong faith कि महावीर जी का नाम लो, हनुमान चालीसा पढ़ो, तब भी डर लगता था क्रॉस करते समय. Then I had a driver, so he told me, he was a Muslim, मंत्र बोलिए उससे भाग जाएगा, बिकॉज ही सॉ कि हनुमान चालीसा बोलने से के बाद भी हम लोग डर रहे हैं, जल्दी जल्दी दौड़ के 4th फ्लोर से 6th फ्लोर तक ब्रेथलेस होके दौड़ जाते थे क्योंकि 5 तल्ला पे भूत था. So I asked him, what is it? Then he told me that the mantra means the kalma that they read. So La ilaha illallah Muhammad Rasulullah. The next day, when I was climbing the stairs after school, and then I was like, La ilaha illallah Muhammad Rasulullah, and I was feeling so confident. I crossed 5th floor and I said there also, La ilaha illallah Muhammad Rasulullah. And I was like, sun lo bhoot, jitne bhi hai yahan, and let me pass off very virtuously to the other floor. What was that? That was faith. This is again, we must have heard about this thing, no? A child, when he is thrown up, he laughs because he knows that the father or the mother or the guardian would catch him. And can we do that?
Excuse me, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. Am I taking more time?
Sorry to interrupt you, ma'am.
No, not at all, ma'am. Please tell me. Okay. So is my time over? Hello?
Yeah, ma'am.
So may I finish?
Yes.
Or should I take 2 minutes to conclude?
Yeah, of course. Of course, you can take 2 minutes to conclude.
Okay, thank you so much. I'm so sorry. Okay, so every thing we hear is an opinion, and means like we should not be deterred by others people's opinion. You know, it is an opinion. It is not a fact. You know, those who are in language or something, they must be like knowing the difference between vision and sight. What means sight? We are able to see things, but vision is very different from sight. And you'll understand, I can tell you other number of things. One should have acceptance of oneself and others. So thereafter, even if you are going through domestic violence in the family and everything is there, when you know the nature of the other person, you can keep yourself intact. You know how to handle them. So that is again one thing, and I have many other things to say, and I can keep on saying, and I will tell you before starting any session, I think how will I speak and what will I speak, and then the session goes off. So thank you so much. I hope I made some sense, and we are open for questions. Hello, ma'am.
Yes, thank you very much, Dr. Shruti Narayan.
Thank you so much, sir.
For honoring us with your presence.
Oh, it's all my pleasure, sir. It's all my pleasure.
Thank you very much. So with that, we will go ahead and take some time for questions and answers.
Sure.
So participants, please raise your questions for our speakers.
We have 10 minutes time. Please raise some questions to the speakers. They are here to answer you.
Good morning. Good afternoon, ma'am.
Good afternoon.
I am Kanchan Kumari. I want to know that, ma'am, as you told at the beginning, day should start with the T. T means thought, then emotion, and finally action. Means thought of our mind guide us towards the action. Means positive thoughts, positive action, and negative thoughts will lead us to negative action.
Absolutely.
But my question is that how can what we should do to develop positive thoughts, because positive thought is only the guide guide us. So what we can to do?
Thank you so much, dear, for your question. And of course, you only answered that what our thought is to guide us. Like, for example, I'll say a very, very small thing that we practice when we get up of our bed. We think and then we try to fold our whatever things are there, keep it in place, the pillows, the this thing, sheet and everything. When you are sitting at your bed only, just do this one practice that you put your pillows at the place, you fold your sheet at the same time, and then you get up. Just saying, why I'm saying this. This is a very small practice. I have read it somewhere else. So then what will happen? You feel good about yourself that you did one work before getting out of the bed. Secondly, there are more than now, the number must have increased, and with so many deaths due to COVID-19. But every morning, 250,000, this is before the COVID thing that happened. Every morning, 250,000 people don't get up in India. They die. And when you are lucky enough that you are seeing yet another day, then you can start with that thing of gratitude only to God, that thank you for giving me yet another day to live my dreams, to work, to meet people, to do whatever I want. So this is one thing that you can do. So it is very important. It is upon us to decide what is positive. If I keep cribbing, we have a facial feedback hypothesis in psychology, that our facial feedback hypothesis, if you make a grim face and you see your people at home and you say, I will not wish them good morning. Why should I wish them good morning? And if you start with a smiling face and you say good morning, maybe if you're not in a good relationship with others, they'll feel ki wah, kya baat hai. But the point is ki you are doing a good positive start of the day. So you can definitely choose for yourself. This is again choosing the right thing, not anything else. Hope it is answered, Khushbu.
Yes, thank you, madam. We have some questions in the chat box, ma'am.
Okay.
There is one question from.
Excuse me, ma'am.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes, there is a question from the participants. They have just messaged me, so I will just read it out for you.
Okay.
While about mental health, I want to ask Shruti ma'am that what should be the first thing we as educators need to do to make students balance their mental health in post-COVID era?
Yes, a very, very important question. Thank you so much, ma'am. Yes, for post-COVID era, see, we have first thing, we need to be friends with ourselves. Unless and until we are sorted, we won't be able to help others out. So this is a time when we are working from home, right? So all of us know that like the time we were spending at college or school or wherever at our workplace, the time was limited, but we have been also working immensely over these days. So first we need to be calm on ourselves. Secondly, for the post-COVID era, what you need to tell your students that, see, we have this ability, the best luck that human beings have is the luck to overcome bad luck, is the good luck to overcome bad luck. So we are all back, and definitely we'll resume. And I was talking about resilience, there is yet another term, psychological capital, which was given by Lutyens in 2007. And then psychological capital just told us that he had this concept that means awaken the hero within. Now, psychological capital comprises of 4 factors: hero, hope, efficacy, which means self-efficacy, the belief that you have on yourself, that you will R is for resilience, the ability to bounce back. I told you it is not only bouncing back but from strengthening from adversity. And O is optimism. Having that attitude and frame of mind definitely will help us to get out of the things. Secondly, I'll say that we need to develop that things in ourselves. I was doing one research. There were people who were doing immense research on how how has the stress increased. Of course, we need to know the data. But then I asked many known people. also that what was the positive thing that you found in this post-COVID, I mean, you found in this COVID-19 outbreak? What positive? Some said that they resumed to their hobbies. Some said that they learned some cooking. Some said that they were having a good family we time. Some things some said that they could fill up their bucket list and everything. So you can start with that thing with your students. You can ask them what positive things. The environmental heal up is one thing that we have all witnessed, right? From fresh air to everything. But the thing is, you ask them what personal benefits they had during this during this pandemic, and then you can start from there. See, a teacher is a leader. You can lead the class. You can uplift their, soul and energy, and from within, when you awaken them from within.
Father Tony, question.
Masters. Thank you.
Ma'am, excuse me, ma'am.
Yes.
There are a few questions coming from the YouTube also.
Okay.
I'm just asking few questions.
Okay.
There is Dr. P.S. Bhuvneshwari who's asking how to remain positive when you are among pessimists. And there's another question of the similar type. You can answer it together. भविष्य आने वाली negativity को कैसे बाहर लाया जाए?
Okay. So first question, that how to remain positive when you are with pessimists. Of course, I told you the pessimist story. See, it is again a state of mind. It is again a behavioral strategy that you are not a pessimist. If you are an optimist, you be an optimist. So people, there is a story I can briefly tell you. There was a frog. There was a group of frogs. All these are Kalpanik Katha I'm telling you, but they are highly motivating stories, which I read somewhere. So there was a group of frogs, and there was a tar which they saw, and they found it so new and so good. Then they decided that let us reach to the top of the tower and we can see the whole town. So what happened is that all of them decided, but when the day came, some of their families stopped them that don't go, gir jaoge to mar jaoge. Then there came some other people who said ki kahin nahi hoga, bahut uncha hai, jaan ko zyada khatra hai. But then they saw one frog who was actually started climbing the tower, and he was climbing, and the other people were saying, come down, you will fall, you will die, right? And then he reached the top, and then he was there and everybody applauded. When he got down, everybody asked, how could you do that? And then he was understanding that people are happy with his achievement, but he was not understanding what were they asking. And what happened was that frog was deaf. So every time people were saying, come down, he was seeing it, go up. So that is what is the difference between an optimist and a pessimist. So if you are with pessimists, just ignore them. When you know the nature of the person, do not be entangled with that person. Be involved and keep yourself motivated. You are not dependent. See, my worth is not dependent upon anyone's approval. So whether I get likes, whether I get dislikes, whether people hate me, whether people love me, I'll value each one of them, but I will be self-motivated. That is what I can answer.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Now, there are a few questions coming up for Dr. Anthony Joseph. So I'll just read out the questions. They are coming from the participants here and from the YouTube. So, Dr. Anthony Joseph, there is a question for you. Can we unlock our mind when everything is locked up? People are facing crisis after crisis. There's another similar question, sir, for you. You can answer it together. How can I speak to and help my B.Ed students with a mental health problem like depression or anxiety? What is the best way to improve mental well-being of my B.Ed students? So, Dr. Anthony Joseph, can you please answer these questions?
Ma'am, I'm going to attempt that. First of all, Dr. Shruti.
Yes, sir. Good afternoon.
Very well done, and all
Thank
your
you so much.
abbreviations are well accepted, and your stories, I must borrow some of them.
So the feeling mutual.
Coming to this question of when there's so much crisis all around us, I have this way of looking at things, call it that way. Not I have, I guess it is. Lots of our concerns we bottle up into ourselves. And I want to invite you to imagine this lovely, beautiful pearl, जिसको मोती कहते हैं. You know what? The pearl started as an irritating piece of sand inside the oyster. And it was with no external effort, with this nakar as they call it, the oyster slowly and steadily coated that painful, irritating grain of sand. Gradually, it converted it into something that it could live with, and in the bargain, it also converted it into something beautiful for the rest of the world. I'm not sure if the oyster really realizes what it did, but here is what a takeaway. There appears to be crisis all around us. I mean, they are there. You can't deny that. I think a person can be comprehended or made sense of anybody who's talking about their concerns and is different from somebody who's talking about how they would convert their concerns into projects. It is a long-term affair, but believe me, I want to believe the people who have this way, Stephen Covey refers to this as the circle of influence and the circle of concern. And he says, we are all bothered by concerns, crisis, everywhere. But what is it that really affects me? And how do I go about converting those concerns into projects? And therefore, when this teacher tells me, sir, यहाँ के बच्चे कुछ नहीं जानते हैं, कुछ पढ़ते नहीं है, हिंदी तक नहीं समझते हैं, I would love to hear the teacher saying, you know what? I was here working for nearly 2 years. In the first 6 months, I was trying to understand these students. And in the next 6 months, I actually wanted to learn their language. This teacher is no longer talking about concerns, but she's converted that into a project. She's not only bailed herself out, but she's given a new lease of life, in fact, to describe those students as well. Coming to the question of these BA teachers wanting to instill mental health into their future teachers, let us take this at face value. We are not generalists. Let us address this fact.
Very true.
That there are many things that we need to trust people who can do things better than us. I do not mean to demean ourselves. Find out what we are good at, yes. Addressing topics like depression, anxiety, and so on. I mean, even a child today, look at a child, a girl, a 5-year-old girl looking at her mama and saying, Mama, you're looking very depressed today. And it's scary. Just lisping words and, phrases. I do not wish to make it as professional as that, but we need to respect people who are undergoing these challenges. And the best thing that we could do is to be able to talk to these people, to refer them to people who can actually walk with them. I think this is the best thing that we could do. Look out, watch out, because in our profession, we are just called to be there with the children. They will get by. But somebody needs a hand. Somebody needs a kind of a helping hand, just to walk by. You could lead them onwards. This is how I would see it.
Okay. Thank you, Father.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Dr. Anthony Joseph. Time does not permit us for more questions. Let us now end this session and come back after 30 minutes.
Okay. Okay,
Please
thank you
join
so
us
much.
at 3 p.m.
Well, thank you so much, Father. Thank you so much, sir, and all the participants. We hope
Thank you.
we'll meet all again, over again.
Thank you so
Okay,
much.
thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Shruti ma'am. Thank you, Joseph sir.
Thank you, everybody. Please be here at 3.